has the latest from Paris. Melissa?
Victor, it seems there is no end here in Europe, at least the fallout from these latest revelations in the Epstein files. This, the latest one, Jack Lang, he'd been under pressure over the course of the last week to resign from what is a fairly plum position at the helm of that Arab World Institute here in Paris. He'd been in position since 2013, as you said, a former culture minister from the Socialist Party. He's a fairly large figure in French political life, very well known. He'd been under pressure as a result of these latest revelations that suggest not just that he had a very friendly relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, meeting him both in the United States and in France, but also that he and his family, in the shape of his daughter Caroline, had these financial dealings with him that involved this offshore company whose aim was, we understand, to help promote young artists. But the existence of those financial links with Jeffrey Epstein, particularly damning in the current climate. And he'd been under pressure received by the French Foreign Affairs Ministry over the course of the week. He'd been come under pressure from the Élysée Palace, the French executive, and then, of course, this judicial inquiry into tax evasion. And in the end, it was yesterday that he succumbed to that pressure, announcing that he was retiring. But this is just one example, I think, Victor, that is illustrative of how these revelations have impacted so many people across the world, because little by little, as we work our way through the very many documents and revelations and emails, the depths of the relationships that, by the way, were either started or continued after the conviction of the child sex abuser are particularly damaging to these people. So it's happened at ministerial level. It's happened at governmental level. When you look at people like Keir Starmer, the British Prime Minister, now under a great deal of pressure from his own party, by the way, over what he knew or didn't know at the time when he appointed Peter Mandelson to be the British ambassador to Washington. The fallout from that is likely to continue for him, and we understand that there are even questions about whether he'll survive that pressure. There is also the fallout for the royals of Europe, the former Prince Andrew, of course, who's now been evicted from his home at Windsor, but also Mette Marit, the crown princess in Norway. So many people implicated in these friendships that at this stage, at this particular moment, are proving just beyond the pale for most people and costing a lot of them their positions. Victor.
And there are growing questions and consequences here in the U.S., too. Melissa Bell for us in Paris. Thank you. Still ahead, he is MAGA's favorite rocker, but Kid Rock's lyrics are under some new scrutiny as he prepares to headline an alternative halftime show. And nothing says I love you like caviar and chicken nuggets.